女の話をしよう。目覚めた時から、女は病理につながれていた。重い鎖はまんべんなく、つま先から頭まで、ミイラのごとき死に化粧。自由がない、と余人は哀れむ。自由はない、と彼女は喜ぶ。鉄のドレスは難攻不落。城門開いたその奥に、あるのは乙女か魔性の罠か。他人の秘密は蜜の味というが、さて。
脳波の正常活動を確認しました。アルファ波、ベータ波、平常。覚醒状態です。先輩？この声が聞こえますか？落ち着いて、ゆっくりまぶたを開けてください。
I hear a familiar voice. My hazy vision and consciousness come back to me. Spurred on by the voice that's concerned about me, my heavy eyelids open. It looks like an infirmary. An old-fashioned infirmary I've never seen on Seraph, in a style that no longer exists on the surface. I'm lying on a bed right now. Beside me is a girl in a white robe checking up on me. I think her name was... That's right, her name was Sakura, an AI in charge of managing the health of masters. I don't really understand what's going on yet, but it seems Sakura has been taking care of me. In place of a greeting, I say thank you. Huh? For some reason, Sakura is making a really curious expression. Is there something weird in my face?
いえ、ごめんなさい。なんでもないんです。自分でもわからないんですけど、声を聞いたらほっとしてしまって。きっと、他の皆さんより昏睡状態が長かったからですね。とにかく、目覚めてくれて嬉しいです。アバターの反応はまだ鈍いでしょうけど、すぐに元の調子に戻りますよ。もう立ち上がることもできるはずです。
Sakura gave me a smile full of joy and relief from the bottom of her heart. Can't help but let my tension go. I feel like I just had some sort of nightmare, but that smile alone blew all my anxieties away. But no, I can't just stare at Sakura's beautiful smile forever. Where am I? And why in the world am I sleeping here?
質問はもっともです。でも、その前に確認をさせてください。あなたは自分が誰なのかわかりますか？
Do I know who I am? I don't need to think too hard for that one. I'm Hakuno Kishinami, a student attending Tsukimihara Academy, but not quite. I'm one of the wizards that came to the moon to attain the rights of the wish-granting Holy Grail.
そのウィザードというのは？
I wonder why Sakura's asking. Is that considered to be the most basic of questions? Wizards are a special type of hacker capable of having their souls enter cyberspace. My body is something that grounds the soul, so if the body and soul could be differentiated, wouldn't it be possible to send it elsewhere? That occult-like approach led to a new age in the transmission of information. Of those hackers, the A-rank hackers among them were conferred to the title of Wizard.
そうです。魔術が途絶えた現代において、唯一魔術理論を継承する人々のことです。ところで、今は西暦何年で、ここはどこですか？
You don't even need to ask. It's the year 2030 AD. Human technological advancement froze in the 1970s. That's also when the Western European plutocracy abolished the development of space travel. But the question of where, I don't really know the details, but I know enough. This is the moon, specifically the legacy of an alien civilization that was discovered inside of the moon. the artificial spiriton calculation apparatus, the moon cell automaton. The holy grail that sleeps in the sea of the heavens, that the wizards of Earth dream of. The moon cell automaton has no will of its own. You could call it a huge computational device. Put simply, it's a supercomputer the size of the moon. Even all the computers of the world combined wouldn't be able to compete with the moon cell. This moon cell built a virtual cyberspace inside itself called Seraph, gathering wizards from all around the world, or rather, the Earth. This would be one of the school-sized grounds made in that Seraph. Wizards that have reached the moon compete against one another, with one last standing invited to the moon cell's core and is given the right to use it. That is the Holy Grail, an almighty calculator with the super computational ability equivalent to a solar system.
はい。あなたたちマスターは聖杯を求めてこのムーンセルにやってきました。これを聖杯戦争と言います。弱き者に聖杯は与えられません。あなたたちは自分が生命として優れている最強であることを証明しなくてはならない。その方法としてムーンセルはあなたたちに戦闘を代行するソースを与えました。それは何ですか？
Something to fight with. Something vile to a wizard. A partner to fight alongside. That is a servant. That's right, I remember now. For making it through the preliminaries and qualifying in the Holy Grail War, the Moon Cell gave me command seals and a servant. A reproduction of a hero from the past as a familiar to contract with. As a participating master, I think.
そこまでは問題ないようですね。じゃあ、これが一番大事なことなんですけど。ですね。聖杯戦争中のこと、少しでも覚えていますか？
Well, yeah, of course I do. Of course I do. Wait. I know that I'm a wizard, but I don't remember a single thing about Hakuno Kishinami's past at all. Actually, why am I even participating in such a dangerous war to begin with?
やっぱり他の皆さんと同じですね。自分が誰なのかは覚えているけれど、聖杯戦争中の記憶は思い出せない。落ち着いて聞いてくださいね。あなたは自分がマスターであることしか思い出せない記憶障害状態なんです。
Memory loss. I don't really feel anything about that, but the fact that it's just as Sakura said, the only thing I can remember is that I am a master. I can remember I was in the Holy Grail War, but nothing about what battles I fought or what opponents I defeated. There's only a little I do remember vividly. That just a bit ago, I was an ordinary high school student going to a different school different from this one. That it was swallowed up by an unknown darkness, and that I was saved from that predicament by my servant Castor.
乱暴な言い方ですけど、聖杯戦争開始時の初期状態にリセットされたようなものなんです。あなたは昏睡状態が長かったですから、もしかすると本当に自分の名前しか覚えていないのかも。あれ？ということは、もしかして、私の名前、わかりますか？
So Sakura asks nervously. It seems like she was wondering if I forgot about her. Her name is, of course... This is safe, really?
はい、名藤さくらです。改めてよろしくお願いしますね。あ、麻藤真二さんとは無関係ですよ。私の名字は聖杯戦争ごとに参加者の一人からランダムに拝借するものなので。とにかく急ぎ足でしたが、あなた自身の手で状況を確認していただきました。今私にできることはこれくらいです。もっと力になりたいんですけど、もう私には何の力もありません。皆さん同様、私も記録の検索機能がロックされていて、本当にごめんなさい。
Sakura bows remorsefully and rises from her chair, then moves towards the corner of the room.
もしもし、こちら保健室です。目を覚ましました。精神、肉体、 共に異常はありません。
それはよかった。では早速ですが、こちらに来ていただけるよう伝言をお願いします。
まだ目覚めたばかりですし、今は挨拶だけで。
申し訳ありませんが、その余裕はありません。事態は一刻を争います。それに彼なら、僕が言わずとも勝手に歩き回ります。僕の知っている、という人はいつまでもおとなしくしている性格ではありませんから。目が覚めたのならすぐに行動するでしょう。この新しくも古い校舎を調べ回った後、生徒会室に来るよう言ってください。
Sakura's transmission with that person ends. Come to the student council room. Sounds like...
今の通信聞こえていましたか？
Yeah, I nodded in answer. The way that person was speaking annoyed me, but I do need to get moving now that I'm awake. Especially since I don't know what's going on. I need to grasp on the current situation as soon as possible.
わかりました。生徒会室は2階に上がって左手側の教室です。また、サーバントは2階に上がって右手側の教室に待機してもらっています。忘れずに顔を出して、サーバントのパラメータを確認しておいてくださいね。
As she says that, I look at the back of my left hand. There's one command seal left inscribed. Command seals hold absolute directive authority over servants. It's a special command that invokes all kinds of coercive power upon a servant in return for expending one. Simultaneously, they serve as proof that one is a master. When a master uses them all up... What happens again? Whatever. What matters is that I have a proper contract with Castor. If I shut my eyes, I can clearly feel my vital source, my magical energy flowing into Castor. Castor's alright, too. I want to meet with Castor soon. I'll put off going to the student council room and head directly to the classroom on my right on the second floor. Simple table with a plastic tablecloth draped over it. It's a nice highlight to an otherwise drab infirmary. Ah! If I end up pausing in the middle of dialogue and stuff, part of it is because, although I've recovered from COVID, my nose is still leaking here and there, and whenever I'm reading that stuff, half the time it's like still leaking into the back of my throat, so it sucks real bad. So don't be surprised if I'm coughing or doing that, or just pause in the middle of dialogue because of that. It's really annoying. Just gonna drink something. Anyways. Simple table with a plastic tablecloth draped over it. It's a nice highlight to another one. Oh, right. Wait. You found an herb. What are these herbs anyway? There's tons of different kinds with different properties. Lumping them all into herb without specifying what they are or what they do does not give me a good reason to use them. And so with that, how come Kishinami discarded the herb? Okay, I had cast her away in the classroom because she was a little hard on the eyes. She looked different from what you're used to. Waking up from a long sleep is mentally draining enough for you, so I had them wait somewhere else. Anyway, please don't be surprised, okay? So Tamamo's wearing a different outfit. Gotcha. Probably. Not used to referring to... Typically, when I refer to characters by class name, more often than not, it's because I'm usually referring to the ones from the original Fate Stay Night, because I'm used to that. Any other servants, I tend to just refer to them by name, because I know who they are. Shelf is neatly lined up, T said. Places like these are where Sakura's personality seems to really show. These are neatly covered pure white sheets. The level of professionalism would even put a high-class hotel to shame. The world may be vast, but people this perfect at making beds are pretty rare. Various medicines are arranged here. Handling these without medical knowledge is very dangerous. I'll leave them be. An instrument for measuring your height and weight. I don't need to use it. Oh, okay. Wait. Oh, okay, so perfect triangle, one is doing that lets you look at all the other dialogue. Gotcha. So if I were to do it like that. Okay. Alright, different school layout in this game. Library. This is a library. If you find anything you want to investigate, it'll be a good idea to come here. The close look at the posters on the bulletin board. Is any particular useful information? This library? Okay. Try lifting the fire extinguisher. But it's fixed to the floor, so I can't. Well, whatever. I wasn't planning to use it anyway. Wait, no, that's the infirmary. Quite a few papers on this bulletin board, but the text so corrupted it's unreadable. Yeah, what the hell is this? I was in charge of the arena maintenance, and now I'm suddenly in charge of watering plants. Fuck, I don't know who did this, but as soon as I get back, the Moontail's gonna hear about it. I'd like to know how things are looking outside. I should start with the inside of the school building. Oh, I was actually trying to examine this locker right here. That's kind of really standing out. Mixed with stuff like notebooks and pens and an arrangement of several kinds of souvenirs. The entrepreneurial spirit here is palpable. Over there is the commissioner. You can buy various items of mystic codes there, but looks like the clerk stepped out. He'll be back before you know it, so come back later. And here's a list of goods at the commissionary. Apologies, sold out. Mega hot mop. Oh no. Okay, well I know who the shopkeeper is now. There's a very unique commissionary. Yeah, okay. Same dialogue. Faculty room, but its locked door won't budge at all. I'll give up on trying to get in. Entrance here is written in restroom. No need to go in right now. Listen to me carefully. 1 second I became a Mimicry club chief, the next I'm in the far side of the moon. You must have no idea what I'm on about. Me either. I'm just an NPC after all. I leave the hard stuff to the advanced AI. Hey, are you a master? A human? So there are other humans still alive? Oh, okay, it's not my place to say this, but give it your best. You got some tough times ahead. Door seems to be locked. I'm curious about this room, but it might be a good idea to worry about it later. It's a decorative plant. It's pretty tall. Joystick keeps freezing up, and the other one just keeps making me move in different directions randomly. Seems to be a storage room. Lots of old tools piled up inside. I don't see anything useful. There's also no need to go in and get myself covered in dust. Please don't talk to me. I'm an advanced AI in charge of cleaning. I'm on a different level than you people. Good grief, you're all filthy. This school building, you masters, and the Sakuramato who rescued you people. For a long time I've been advising the Moon Cell that we mustn't invite humans. I've predicted this kind of bug would occur. The perfection is that Moon Cell can't generate errors. Any fault always lies with few humans. The cell will not cooperate with few people. I wish for a swift resolution for the Moon Cell, and all delete. Turn on the faucet and water came out. Wash my hands. The cold water feels nice. I go to oh, there is no third floor. Okay, never mind. Student council room. Well, we're not going there yet, so at least it tells me where what it is. Notes from student council. The following student members for this school have been decided. It shouldn't be low. Sheet ends there. Huh? You're all humans? The surviving masters? Hey, you're pretty lucky. Good for you. Welcome to the worst hell imaginable. This is the retro old school building, a prison with no fun whatsoever. You must already know by now, being a master here means nothing. You and I are both prisoners. I'm a normal NPC, Galco. Pleased to meet you. I was attacked by the black noise, ran around and ended up here. Well, I let the management NPCs sweat the small stuff. We should just hang out, you know? Does she have different dialogue because she gave me a name? Nope, okay. Okay. Holding square skips dialogue. Fire extinguisher. The type you can find anywhere. Nothing more, nothing less. This is the far side of the moon. We're trapped here? That's only a minus for humans. For us, it's a plus. After all, the Moon Cell has no control here. Masters and NPCs both have the same worth now. This gave me a big chance to get closer to President Leo. This girl has her eyes on Leo. I wonder that she doesn't know what she's getting into, but she has a stubborn mentality. I was paired with this girl in the Holy Grail War, but you wouldn't have guessed that she was the type to prioritize love so much. few sheets of paper are posted up here, but I wasn't able to find any useful information worth mentioning. Restroom. Inside it splits off into men's and women's sides. Doesn't seem like anyone's using this room. There's no sign of anyone being inside. About this vermilion backdrop, looking at this verdant, leafy, plotted planet really soothes my mind. Woo! I haven't been jumping in a while. Second year classrooms. Wooden desks, green floor, retro window frames. I'm stuck in a strange sense of nostalgia. This is the year 2030. I wouldn't be able to find places like this old-timey school building was here back on Earth.
お待ちしておりましたご主人様。深呼吸をした後、期待に胸を膨らませて振り向いてくださいまし。
Behind me is a voice I've heard before. This unique tone, a mixture of bewitching femininity and cheerfulness, belongs to Castor. It's only been several minutes since we reunited during our fall through that starry sky. Well, for me, that reunion was just a moment ago. Before I know, it could have been hours for her. My memory is still hazy, so I can't recall all the things Castor and I did throughout the Holy Grail War. Still, getting to meet again gives me hope. I say good morning in response to an... Huh? Damn, my head went blank from the shock. Castor, what's with this getup?
可愛らしゅうございましょう。こちらに落ちた後、目が覚めたらこの衣装になっておりました。システム変更とやらの影響かと。私が見たところ、サーバント用の高速具です。
Restraints? Sure, it does sort of look like that, but there's one part that's a bit overexposed.
わかります？実はちょっときついです。胸元とか特にご覧になられますか？ご主人様？
I can't do this. I suddenly become dizzy, and it's not related to my hazy memory. Castor's lewdness has always been at full throttle, but this new costume's just too coquettish. I feel rude just looking at her.
熱い視点ありがとうございます。それではもう一度気を取り直して。どうですか、マスター？あなたのサーバントが可愛らしいですか？ ありがとうございます。最初はどうかと思ったのですが、私このように何を着ても似合う女。この攻撃的なデザインを可愛く着こなせると胸を、いえ、耳を張ったのです。何はともあれ、可愛いと褒められて嬉しくない女性はおりません。このキャスター、ご主人様の真心にお応えして今まで以上にお力になってみせましょう。ともあれ、私はしばらくこの衣装ですから、もしお気に召さないようでしたら着替えを用意してくださいまし。私はご主人様の忠実なサーバント。主がお望みになるのでしたらどのような姿にもなりましょう。もちろん衣装代はそちら持ちで。可愛い服以外は消し済みにしますので、そちらの方もご注意のほどを。
Castor smiles brightly. Jeez. Despite the situation we're in, I'm a little relieved. What innocence. No matter where she is, she faithfully considers me to be her master. This is unmistakably Castor, a reliable servant. I may have forgotten many things, but I get the feeling that I can endure any fear or anxiety so long as she fights by my side. She'll clear away any anxiety or dread for me. I'm sure.
それでは気を取り直して参りましょう。まずは生徒会室ですね。さくらさんの話によると、ご主人様より早く目覚めているマスターがいるそうですよ。
Now that I think of it, yeah, the student council room is on the second floor too. So they sit. Let's head over quickly. Alright, main menu is now granted. There's a monthly schedule drawn on the blackboard, but naturally nothing is filled in. Is that it for here? Oh, maybe. Gonna try to check that plant, but yeah, it doesn't have anything. There we go. Writing on the blackboard has been erased. Wonder if this blackboard was being used at some point. Some of my classic literature, reference books, and past exams are messily arranged here. I pull a book out. It's an anthology of Anartha's works. Someone who wrote poems and children's stories while teaching agriculture in a poor village. Now that we got... Oh, okay. It's square, not triangle. Weird. Let's see. Okay. I do know that when I have to level up Caster's stats, I have to give her at least some strength because she might not have any skills right now. My square and triangle are reversing that to fix that. I don't have anything. Okay, that's it. Okay. Just do a double check. Okay, yeah, she doesn't have any skills yet. Okay, just help. Right. Okay, yeah, double checking. Several posters aimed at students, it seems, are on the bulletin board. They're just filled with meaningless strings of characters. This is the third year's classroom. No one's inside. No need to go in, I think. Answer from the guidance counselor. The rest is just a blank paper. You're a master, right? I'm just a regular NPC. I found myself in the school building. According to the AI in the infirmary, Sakura, I almost got deleted. But I escaped and made it all the way here. The far side of the moon, imaginary number spaces. They have nothing to do with me. I'm just an NPC that's just heading home. Despite all this, that won't change. But I can go home whenever I want, but... The sunset glow is so nice. In the Holy Grail War, in the near side of the moon, you never see this. I'll stay a little longer. The student council room differs from the other classrooms, with its lush carpeting and gives off the feeling of a real conference room. In this greatly anachronistic wooden space was a boy in a black uniform, a young man dressed in a coat, and a young man donned in white armor. The boy in the black uniform is Leo. His uniform color may be different, but there's no way I could forget he's my classmate. However, the other two I haven't met, I think. Also, I think I have. My foggy memory must mean that I was their acquaintance during the Holy Grail War.
来た来た。はい、それじゃあ二人ともせーの。おはようございます。
は？
あ、もう二人とも打ち合わせ通りやってください。朝の挨拶は元気よく快活に。やや脳の作りを疑われるほどバカっぽいほど学生らしいと言ったでしょ。もう一度行きますからね。せーの。おはようございます。
グッドモーニング。おはようございます。
Leo silently smiles, coercing me for something. Do I have something to give that embarrassing greeting?
はい、大変結構でした。善と明るい学生にふさわしいテンションです。やっぱり僕の見込んだ通りの友人でした。バンカラに言うとマブですね。
ユリウス、つかぬことをお尋ねしますが、マブとは？
深い親愛を表す日本の専門用語だが、男と女につける場合で意味が異なる。まったくどこでそんな言葉を。
What did this just turn into? Leo and these two young men are playing out an entire skit. His classmate, that I know, Leo has never had such a friendly disposition, I'm pretty sure.
その様子からすると僕のことを覚えているようですね。では悪ふざけはここまでに。ご安心を。僕はあなたの知っている通りの冷静沈着なレオですから。でも残念です。忘れているようならこれを機にキャラ替えをしたかったのですが。
Should I point out how different he sounds from the old Leo when he says that?
では改めてお待ちしていました。はじめまして、僕はレオナルド・ビスタリオ・ハーウェイ。今さら自己紹介もどうかと思いますが、この校舎で顔を合わせるのは初めてですから。兄さん、ガウェイン、あなたたちも自己紹介を。
ユリウスだ。今はレオのサポートに徹している。
サーバント、ガウェインです。その我が主は現在年相応の無邪気さを発散しています。ですので多少のわがままは多めに見ていただきますよう、皆さんの寛容さを切実に期待します。
The person who calls himself Julius, judging from Leo's manner of speech, seems to be Leo's older brother. They don't seem alike at all, but maybe they're half-brothers. Julius seems to be a master, but I don't see a servant anywhere. I don't feel the presence of a servant nearby, nor the typical pressure of a master from Julius himself. Even if Julius' servant were to have the total disappearance skill, Julius himself wouldn't be able to hide the status. For some reason, he's a master who's lost a servant. On the other hand, it's apparent that Gawain is Leo's servant. His class is Saber. With the servant summoned in the Holy Grail War, he is the top of the ranks. For some reason, that's one thing I can recall exactly.
失礼します。校内の全スキャン完了しました。校舎にはもう未発見のマスターはいないようです。
The girl from the infirmary, Sakura, enters the room. Leo nods, saying, alright, and then turns back to me. That Leo B. Harway, I remember. The strongest master, accompanied by the strongest servant. There's no erasing that fact, whether I remember the Holy Grail or not.
状況から見て彼女たちもどこかにいると思ったのですが、いないのでは諦めましょう。あなたに来てもらったのは他でもありません。この旧校舎、いえ、月の裏側からの脱出作戦に参加していただけないでしょうか。
Plan to escape the far side of the moon? Wait a second. I can't keep up with all this rapid new developments. What happened to the school building swallowed by the black noise? Why have I lost my memory? Where are we? If I can't at least get these 3 points cleared up, then I can't make a decision.
おや、さくらから説明は受けていないのですね。では僕の口から説明をしても。
はい、お願いします。憶測ばかりなので AI である私には説明することができなくて。
そうでした。 AI は事実として判定された情報しかマスターに伝えられない。ムーンセルのかけた制限ですね。では質問をどうぞ。
Ask about the school swallowed by darkness. Here's the scene I just saw Leo in. Leo, Shinji, and I were classmates. I explained how that after a sudden announcement, the people inside the school building were swallowed by darkness and disappeared.
学校でクラスメート同士だ。それは予選の延長ですね。おかしいな。僕とは違う。うろ覚えではありますが、僕の場合は 聖杯戦争の途中で黒いスライムに襲われ、気がついたらここにいました。おそらく僕は校舎が襲われる前に予選を突破して、あなたのいた校舎から抜け出したのでしょう。さくら、予選のシステムについて僕の口から説明してもいいですか？
問題ないと思います。もうここはシステムの外ですし、予選を突破していますから。
では遠慮なく。聖杯戦争には予選と本戦がありました。地上から月にアクセスしたウィザードはまず記憶を奪われ、偽りのパーソナルを与えられます。何の変哲もない西暦2000年頃の学生、それが僕らに与えられたロールでした。覚えはあるでしょ？
See, that feeling of being suddenly abandoned by the world was due to me believing the role that the moon cell imposed on me was my current occupation.
その役割に違和感を覚え、本来の自分を取り戻したウィザードだけがマスターとしてサーバントを獲得します。サーバントと契約している以上、予選は突破していなければおかしい。ですから僕と同じように本戦であの黒いアンノウンに襲われたはずです。その記憶はないんですか？
No. I only remember the day-to-day of the preliminaries, that abyssal darkness, and my servant who kept calling out to me.
いいでしょうか、レオさん。レオさんはこちらに落ちてからすぐに目覚めましたけど、ずっと眠っていたから。昏睡状態の時、レオさんの言う黒いアンノウンにずっと魂を囚われていたことになります。ですから長い悪夢に侵されているうちに本戦での記憶を完全に消された、飲まれてしまったのではないでしょうか。彼が語った予選は本当の予選ではなく、以前あった現実と夢が混ざり合った捏造された予選の可能性が高いです。
Fabricated preliminaries? Then that Shinji and Leo that were both just dreams? Now, since each character's default configuration was reproduced from my past memories, then was that final sight of the school building being swallowed a dream? Even so, there was that fall at the end. The chill of that empty darkness was definitely no dream.
きっとそれが原因です。あなたは聖杯戦争中に怪物に捕まって今まで閉じ込められていた。夢の中で見た黒い空間は、そのあなたを飲み込んだ怪物の体内みたいなものです。
Inside of a monster, that endlessly stretching space devoid of amusements? This is the electronic ocean. Maybe that's what it's like to be taken in as data by another being, but it sounds increasingly repulsive. We were caught by a monster processing that kind of darkness.
では質問をどうぞ。
My lost memory. Ask about why I lost my memory.
それはお前だけの話ではない。レオも校舎にいる他のマスターたちも同じだ。
はい、僕たちは全員聖杯戦争中の記憶を失っています。覚えているのは自分のサーバントと戦いの中で知り合った人々のデータだけ。例えば僕の場合、まだ負けていないことは断言できますが、何回戦まで進んでいたのかはよく思い出せない。また自分でもどうかと思うぐらい関心があるのですが、その関心を持った理由を忘れています。
お恥ずかしい話ですが、私も同様です。おそらくあなたのサーバントもそうでしょう。マスターであるレオとの出来事は覚えていますが、それ以外のことは明確に思い出せない。
はい、マスターの皆さんは予選を突破した直後の1回戦序盤の精神記憶状態に戻ってしまったんです。それに加えて長い昏睡状態だったから。
I had a worse case of memory loss, more so than Leo and the others. So basically, I can't recall any sequence of events from the Holy Grail War or my background as a wizard. It was obvious, but the truth of it is still sent a chill down my spine. The fear that only I had lost my memories had died down, but nonetheless, not being able to recall who I used to be leaves me terribly uncomfortable.
兄さん、何か意見でも？
いや、特にはない。俺も記憶を思い起こしていたところだ。そういえば この男はどんな窮地でもこんな態度だったなと。随分昔の出来事のようだ。
とにかく僕らが記憶を失ったこととこの旧校舎にいることは関係があるはずです。不自然に消えた記憶は不自然な状況を解析すれば戻るのが道理でしょう。では質問をどうぞ。
Where are we? Is this unfamiliar wooden school building a part of Seraph?
セラフではありますが、かつて僕たちがいた領域ではありません。ここは月の裏側、聖杯戦争の外です。セラフはムーンセルが聖杯戦争を進めるために構築した仮想空間でした。ですがここはムーンセルの目が届かない、いわば法の死角です。ガウェイン、例のものを。
どうぞレオ。
こんなこともあろうかとワクテカ図面を用意しておきました。
レオ、ワクテカというのは精神状態を表すスラングであって図面の用語では。
ワクテカ図面です。兄さん、兄さんだってここの表記はプロポーショナル体よりゴシック体の方がクールだとか盛り上がってたじゃないですか。
あれは分かりやすさの追求だ。ブリーフィングでは時にスタイリッシュなものが好まれる。
なるほど。僕が言うのもなんですが、兄さんが指揮していたチームは14ばかりだったんですね。と話を戻しましょう。この図解にあるように現在僕らは月の裏側にいます。聖杯戦争は月の表側で行われているものです。つまり
Go from the near side to the far side. Actually, that unknown black noise dropped us over to the far side.
そう考えるのが自然でしょう。さくら、説明を。
はい。ですね、ここはヌーセルの裏側。本来ならヌーセルが使用しないと封印した情報倉庫なんです。ヌーセルは光を記憶媒体にした物質に頼らない記録装置ですが、ここはその光が入り乱れた高次元、惑星情報や虚数すらソースとして成立する世界の外です。ヌーセル中枢が光を閉じ込めている式典の檻なら、ここは虚数でできた打点の庭。知性を持つ生命は決して入ってはいけない絶対禁断領域です。私たち上級 AI も裏側には入れませんでした。
まあもう僕たちが入っちゃってるんで絶対も禁断もありませんけどね。
It lets out a cheerful ha ha ha. Next to him, Gawain and Julius wear grim expressions. However, seeing as they're deliberately not complaining means that they've embraced Leo's sudden change in attitude. This is just my guess, but maybe Leo is now freed from his status, wants to live this kind of life as a student, or has always wanted to.
とにかくそんな危険な領域で僕たちは目を覚ました。
私たち NPC も同様です。本戦でマスターの皆さんと一緒に飲み込まれ、生き残ったものが校舎に残されています。
Far side of the moon. This is the first I've heard of such a space, but certainly the Holy Grail War is a journey from the surface of the moon to its center. Since the moon is circular, it wouldn't be strange for another stage to be behind the core. The question is probably whether we can leave here or not.
そうですね。この旧校舎は安全のようですが、それもいつまで安全なのか保証がない。加えて校舎の外はあの暗い海です。僕たちでは触れた瞬間に消滅するでしょう。これで状況は理解できましたね。さて、そこで僕からの質問です。月の裏側、失われた記憶、謎の旧校舎、出口のない世界、取り残された我々。この状況で僕らがするべきことは何でしょうか。
It's obvious. No matter what circumstances we're in, we have to get back to the Holy Grail War. I've yet to recover anything, the memories of who I am, how I joined this battle, the ideals I have for obtaining the Holy Grail. I'm still empty.
だろうな。聖杯戦争では敵同士であっても、この状況では手を組まざるを得ない。お前は、そういう男だ。
そうですね。それが一番正しい目的です。キャスターさんも今の言葉を聞いたら喜びます。きっと。
期待以上の返答です。これで共同戦線の開始ですね。聖杯戦争に復帰するまで、いえ、月の裏側から脱出するまで、僕たちは仲間です。では改めて、レオビー・ハーウェイの名のもとに、つくみはら生徒会の発足を宣言します。
His declaration was filled with strong determination. Not sure about that name, but under this commander we can overcome any hardship. He's enough to inspire our hope of such.
しかし、まず第一の問題があります。これをクリアできなければ、脱出プランを練ることすら不可能でしょう。誠に言いづらいのですが、人数が足りないのです。
Huh?
会長の僕、秘書の兄さん、ジーヤのガレイン、そしてショムしかいないではありませんか。これでは僕が夢見た生徒会とは呼べない。いや、呼んでいいはずがない。生徒会というのはもっと華やかで、青春の匂いで満ちていて、トラブルが多発するものなのです。
その通りです、我が君。どのような品種であれ、花が増えるのは良いことだと。
そういうことですので、生徒会メンバーを見繕ってきてください。少なくとも副会長と書記の2人は必須です。校舎には僕たちと同じ境遇のマスターが何人かいますから、有能そうな人を片っ端からスカウトしてきてください。
The talk ends there. Leo's first orders the recruit. He says I need to help the student council by finding other masters in the school building, then persuading them to join. Is this really a good idea, Leo? I'll be assisting everyone from here on out, specifically as an OS that executes and supports President Leo's operations. Currently, I'm using the route to also serve as the main CPU that makes up the old school building. Disregardfully, I have the infirmary closed. In case of emergency, I'll open the infirmary right back up if anyone needs it, so please don't worry. Books are tightly lined up all the way to the ceiling. A large assortment of genres are here, like history, literature, and economics. From among them, one stands out. Introduction to Curry for Dummies. I'm not sure why, but I'm sad now. Looks like a garbage bin, but there's nothing inside. A variety of information is displayed here. However, it's really tough to read from this close-up. It would help to be back up a bit, I guess. Oh, whoop.
まったく。
You may think Leo is an imposter, but that there, without a doubt, is the real thing. Just trust me on this.
楽しくなってきましたね。
First thing to do is recruit. We can't have rich student council activities without talented members. It may be. No, it is mundane, but it's also a critical duty. I hope to see your splendid persuasive skills in action, Hakuno. I shall introduce myself once more. I am my king, Leo's servant. My name is Gawain.
実に喜ばしい。
We clashed in the Holy Grail War, but this is the far side of the moon. With the same aim, let us be as passing good comrades. I wonder if there's any cleaning supplies in here. Julia is sweeping up the student council room with a broom or dust cloth. Or Gawain. I don't want to see them doing that stuff. Okay. Well, I start with the locked rooms, maybe? Seems like anyone's using this room. No sign of anyone being inside. Okay. Do you have anything to say? Saying something? Please don't talk to me, filth. Wow. Please don't talk to me. I'm an advanced AI in charge of cleaning. I'm on a different level than you people. Good grief, you're... Okay. Okay. I thought because of that other dialogue that it was that she had more that other characters had more to say. Oh, okay. Oh, it's Shinji. Okay.
ようやく話がわかるやつが出てきたよ。
As soon as he sees me, Shinji's face starts to glow. He's barely said anything yet, but just from his gestures I can tell that he's the same Shinji Mato that I saw in the previous school building. Even if that previous school building was a dream I had, the actors of the dream were projections of those that I have met in the real preliminaries. It's safe to say that this Shinji has the same personality as I remember.
で、君もあれかい？気がついたらこの校舎にいた口だろ？なあ、出口らしきものを見なかったか？
I answered Shinji's question with a shake of my head. I explained to him that I had just woken up in this old school building, and so I'd yet to see an exit.
眠っていた？どこで？は？保健室だって？へえ、そんなところあったんだ。ま、こっちに来た途端寝込むとか、ボンクラなお前らしいけど、期待を外さない三流ぶりだね。
Shinji talks the same way he usually does. I know he's saying rude things, but I don't feel any animosity towards him. Looks like I've gotten too used to his elitism and self-consciousness from my dream. Also, Shinji really is brilliant, despite how he looks. Just like Leo asked me, let's try scouting him for the student council.
はあ？生徒会？ここから脱出するために協力してチームを組む？はっ、お断りだね。生徒会なんてくだらないよ。みんな仲良くで脱出するなら勝手にやってれば？僕は天才だからね。凡人たちとは組まないのさ。誰の手も借りないよ。だいたいレオがいたってのも初耳だ。僕、あいつ嫌いなんだよね。余裕しゃくしゃくで偉そうだし。レオがいなくなって僕が会長だって言うなら考えてやるよ。それまで近寄らないでくれる？
He ended up rejecting me. But just what Shinji does think but just what does Shinji think he's going to do all on his own? I know he's not great at making friends, but I don't think he's smart enough to act tough in a situation like this.
ご心配どうも。いらないお世話だよ。いつだって僕は一人だしね。ゲームはソロプレイが一番さ。それよりさ、聖杯戦争のことを覚えているのかい？
I answer by saying I can't recall anything. I feel like I made it through several rounds with my servant, but as long as I don't know who or how I fought, I have nothing to tell Shinji. The only real feeling I have left is the firm bond I have with Caster.
は？サーバント？お前、サーバント連れているのか？
Obviously, being a master and all, I replied, Shinji's astonishment was closer to fear than confusion. I asked about Shinji's servant and...
いないよ。どうも。ここに来るときにはぐれたみたいだ。ま、聖杯戦争に戻ればすぐ帰ってくるさ。そうだ。早くここから抜け出して聖杯戦争に戻らないと。マスターがいないんだ。バカなりにあの女も心細いだろうし。それに聖杯戦争は続行中だろうしね。7日以内に決戦場に行かないと不戦敗で負けになっちゃうの知ってるだろ？
7-day period, a final battlefield, a loss by absence. When I heard that, I remembered it too. The Holy Grail War is a tournament with 7 rounds. First, an opponent is set aside for you. After 7 days of preparation, you go through the final battlefield and fight the enemy master. Those are the rules. Naturally, losing this fight means elimination. Not reaching the final battlefield is also a defeat. Also, the loser gets...
負けたら死ぬっていうやつだろ？バカらしい。いざとなったらログアウトすればいいだけの話さ。古臭い脅し文句だよ。
Sure, that could be how the final selection of the Holy Grail is. Worst comes to worst, you can just drop your connection and return your body to the Earth. However, they say that not a single wizard who went up to the moon has ever returned from that cyberspace. And the real problem is that we're in the school building, unable to get out.
何暗い顔してんだよ。この校舎だけ地上と回線が繋がっていないだけだろ。このストラクチャから別の領域に出ればすぐに回線も戻る。そうに決まってる。なに、ムーンセルは神の頭脳なんだろ。ならすぐに助けをよこすさ。なぜって、ここに最大の優勝候補である僕がいるんだからね。運営側がスターを放っておくはずがないだろ。バカじゃない？
You're so damn persistent. Apparently, the student council isn't gonna be my thing. Can't you just bother someone else? Okay. Oh, you're okay. I'm glad you're safe. I'm the manager NPC. That's what explaining the system. Thank you for having me. If you keep staring so much, it's embarrassing. Do you not know what to do next? After you're done talking with me, you can press the start button. Hints will come out. But not all events are on there. There's a lot to do, so please don't overdo it. Pressing the triangle button opens the main menu. There you can save your game. I recommend saving frequently, if you please. A movie, you can jump. Press the circle button. No particular use for jumping. But whenever you feel like it, please press it. You keep staring so much, it's embarrassing. Okay. Third time, my friend, help me out. Let me see your English notes. I knocked out during class. Kishinami, you'll be joining the after-school study group too? I volunteered, but you can get further by studying than by studying alone. Your kind of talk is pointless now. I'm also an NPC prepared by the Moon Cell. My default settings are brightest in his class, quick-witted, and also well-mannered. But none of those are worth anything here. Even if it says I'm capable, what am I supposed to do in this situation? Oh, a new survivor. Ah, you're the one, the boy Sakura sheltered in the infirmary. Oh, what? When you woke up, the world was completely changed and you revert to level 1? Don't worry, don't worry. The Moon Cell will start bringing everything under control before you know it. Hey, first dates are always pretty much have to be the movies, right? Huh? This is the far side of the moon? We're trapped here? Haha. What the hell? That's hilarious. So basically you're saying we're special. Alright, I suddenly feel motivated. I'm gonna start to be the dating king. Apparently just decided to plan for our first date, but a movie? It's like, what do I do if it's boring? Ah, him. You're a master, right? So it really wasn't just us management NPCs that got dragged into this. Losing a master here would impede the Holy Grail War. Ask that you ask calmly. Like you all, when we woke up, we found ourselves here. I wonder how much all this Moon Cell is aware of. You say this is the far side of the moon? What drivel? There's no way the Moon Cell would allow such waste. It's probably Father Kodamine is doing. There's no doubt that he's enjoying tormenting humans. Yeah, that sounds about right.
NPC のような面をしよってまともなマスターはどこに消えた小生のようなマスラオはこの世界に嫌われたと見えるおおまさに大根絶LMS サイム LMS サイム我は求め訴えたり神仏よ我に観南真空を与えたまえ具体的に言うと地に植えた修羅をあるいはより地に植えた修羅をダメならもっと地に植えた修羅をとにかく殴りがいのある公的書このままでは文字癒されすぎて骨抜きになってしまいます
I desperately try to remember. The person making a racket before me is clearly a master. If this were an NPC, I would be complaining to his maker. But I just can't remember his name. Though I've seen him before, I may have never talked or fought him. Direct reference specifically to the fact that, depending on which route. Yeah, direct reference to whether you choose to side with Reen or Ronnie. It depends on who your next opponent is. Which means the other master is probably somewhere around here, because this guy had Arc as a berserker if he sided with Ronnie. And now he's noticed me. If I keep ignoring him, it seems like he'll just follow me around. So let's just answer honestly.
やはりそうか。見たところなかなかの面構え。まさに地獄にキューピッドであるな。小生の名はガトー文字。あらゆる神学を走破し、あらゆる真理に至ったスーパー愚道僧である。とは言っても、ここではお主と同じ。 共に戦い共に競い合う一介のマスターよ。まあサーバントはもういないのだが。
No servant? Is that even possible in the Holy Grail War? No servant means you were defeated. After being defeated means...
いや、それがな、我が神は正直ないわと信託を残して立ち去られたのだ。
In other words, our courage pieced out. Figures. Sounds about right.
原始黄金の女神は立ち姿すらワイルデンであった。ちなみにワイルドとゴールデンをつなげてみた。その後気がつけばこの桃色校舎にポツンと一人退屈と破壊衝動を持て余しておったのだ。
He's pretty much in the same boat as Leo and I. Gato. He seems to be a pain in the neck, but right now we need all the help we can get. I'll try inviting him to join the student council.
ほう、マスターたちによる脱出計画とな。お主ら、ここから出る気だったのか。
Of course, I immediately reply. We're trapped here. Obviously, we're going to think about getting out of here as soon as possible.
小生は脱出する気はなかったぞ。小僧、ソモさん。
Somo-san?
セッパと答え。ソモさんは質問するぞという意味だ。セッパはかかってこいという意志だ。それはそれとしてだ。小僧、お主はここがどう見える？
I think it's an antiquated school building dyed in an evening glow in a complete contrast to the original school building.
それだけであろう。小生は以前の校舎よりこちらの方が好きだぞ。日は沈みかけ、空には桜が舞い、屋上でも桜が舞い、校庭では桜が舞う。桜しか舞っていないな。しかし危険な場所は一つもない。外は人外魔境のようだが、この校舎は良き思いで満ちている。しかも時間の概念すらない。何時間過ごそうと日にちが経たないのなら、ここは桃源教会竜宮城であろうよ。
Surprised. That's one way to look at it. Like Gato says, the school building is safe for the time being. Even if this is the far side of the moon, detached from the normal world, there might be no danger in staying here.
小生は修行の場を選ばん。むしろ新天地は心を躍る。ここで修練を積むのもまたよしだ。
I see. So I guess that's why he's been spewing nothing but nonsense so far. Gato doesn't seem like he wants to escape. I don't expect him to join the student council then. I'll go look for someone else who's capable.
いや、参加するぞ、生徒会。これは聖杯戦争ではないのだろう。では、助けを請われて断るは部門の恥。
Hey, didn't he say before that he was a monk?
来航のようなツッコミ、グラッチ。急すれば通ず、まさにプロビデンス。照れるな、照れるな。荷物をまとめ次第、そちらに合流するゆえ。では、小生の活躍に乞うご期待。
And he's gone. For now, I got one person to cooperate. Yeah, the guy who is so incredibly incompetent that he actually made Arcade fucking Brunstad weaker. Okay, nobody's there. Okay. Ah, Kiara. Memory's locked, can't get in. Can get in the library? Wait, yeah, this is the library. It's not like we can leave anyway. Resisting is pointless. We can't defy that power. She's been shaking ever since we woke up. She seems worried. I'm just a low-level NPC, but maybe I can be helpful in some way. Even just by standing by his side. Shells are comprised of philosophy and language sections. I tried to read one, but the books here are incomprehensible gibberish to the average person. Shells are comprised of politics and economic sections. They say that the modern era's economic situation is a conspiracy by the Western European plutocracy. This reeks of foul play. Geography and history. Okay, so it is still more. After reading a bit, I feel like I understand a bit more about the conflict between the Holy Church and the Mage Association last century and its consequences. Plants and wildlife. Looking at the cute little critters and the visitors' wild animals gives me a fuzzy feeling inside. Shelves seem to contain various literary works. Picked one up. It's a collected works of an author named Bungo, literary master. The story follows a protagonist who encounters a girl while studying abroad. These to be comprised of picture books aimed toward children, but children's books aren't to be brushed off. The adult reader might find a true masterpiece hidden beneath. Light novels targeted toward the general public. To think that there'd be something like this in the library. Keywords like Demon Lord or Little Sister stand out. Look, a book about sparkly vampires. I've been trying to access the management server for a while now, but it keeps failing. This is bad. I've never seen this before. Medical science. Is there any use for a book on medicine when we're in cyberspace? I gave up. We're unable to go back to the old school building. We've been fully isolated. We're like a ship stuck in a gravitational field. How's the moon cell going to respond to this situation, I wonder? Shelves are comprised of the sports and recreation section. I'm going to find a book on servant fights, but as expected, there aren't any books like that. You're a master, right? Well, let me tell you a bit about servants. You become a master for the first time by contracting with a servant. Master provides their servant with prana, magical energy, and the servant fights for the master. In a way, a master and servant, though master-servant relationships, it can be seen that they are on equal standing.